Hello. Hope everyone can hear me. Hopefully this is working. Is this mic working? How's everybody doing? Got a few people in both YouTube and Twitch chat. Tailgater, the Riddick, Bluesy, Renard. Thanks for everybody for joining, stopping by, hanging out a little bit. I was just going to do some 3.18 PTU, some salvage. I've been really kind of enjoying it. So I was thinking I'd do some salvage gameplay tonight. Might hook up with Ender at some point as well. I think he's playing a game that I don't own though, so we'll let him do his thing. How's everybody doing tonight? Get logged into my account here. Oh, what's my password? Always happy to have you, Riddick. Always happy to have you. Glad everyone could come and hang out a little bit. Hopefully, everything's running all right. Bernard says, taking a break from Harry Potter. Yeah, cool. I bought the game. I am enjoying it. I haven't got to play as much as I would like. But I do own the game. I actually worked on the Harry Potter movies. So I'm no stranger to Harry Potter. I did some visual effects work in the second one, Chamber of Secrets. So I'm a Harry Potter fan. I have smoked a cigarette with Daniel Radcliffe. So I'm definitely a Harry Potter fan. I just haven't had as much time to like get into it. And honestly, I've been really enjoying Salvage. So, if you're enjoying something, get in it. So, plus the thing about Harry Potter too is that it's very much a game that I need to be able to hear the audio because the audio is so important. And when you're streaming, having the audio and music and all that kind of loud is a little bit of a pain in the butt. So, Jeff, no problem. Streaming on YouTube right now. No, Mr. Arrow, not playing Harry Potter tonight. Maybite, hope you're well. Salute to you. Hope you all are doing well. Got a few people in right now. No, we're not playing Harry Potter tonight. I do own the game. I do really like it. It's super fun. To me, it's not the best game to stream. It's because I want to have the music up. I want to have the audio and be listening and stuff. So to me, it's not a very good stream game. But I was going to get in and do some salvage. So let me switch over and see if my game window is going to behave here. Stand by. There it is. Okay. Yeah, just going to get into some salvage tonight. It's a little bit of salvage. Ender just raided. Hope you're well, dude. I thought you were playing Star Wars of the Old Republics or Knights of the Star Warsian. What's the name of it? Yeah, but anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, Harry Potter's awesome. Really enjoy it. It's fun as hell. Super high quality game. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. Not the best streaming game in my opinion because I want to have the music really loud. So I'm gonna do some salvage here for a little bit. We're going to attempt some salvage. We'll see how the PTU servers are. See if it behaves. See if it behaves. Shockingly enough, all my timers are working tonight. I don't know why. Bunkerfist says the big question is it better than SC? It's completely different. So, pretty sure you're joking, but I mean, it's a single player, highly polished, very scripted game. It feels like you're playing the movie for sure. It feels like you're playing like a Harry Potter movie, which is pretty awesome. So, is it Xeno threat going on right now? I don't know. Death Trooper, hope you're well. Hope you are well. Stand by, everybody. I'm just getting all my stuff in order here. Do I still have... Sorry, I'm checking what I have on me right now. have a lot of junk. All right. How the hell do I get out of here? I'm doing good, Death Trooper. Been busy, been working on a few things. A few STARJUMP projects have been kind of getting in order. Tomorrow we have an episode of Fleet Builders that me and Ender are going to do. I know all of you are all followed on Ender's channel already, but yeah, tomorrow we'll be doing an episode of Fleet Builders. It's actually going to be a really cool one. I'm still working on my fleet, but we're going to play kind of two opposing sides of an operation. Should be pretty fun. Oh yeah, for those of you that don't know, some of you are on Twitch, some of you are on YouTube. You may see my new little logo down there, the little Grim Reaper. So before, me and Ender both had a STARJUMP. That's so awesome. I can't wait for the new Lorville, but even the old Lorville looks good. Me and Ender both used a STARJUMP logo, and it was just created a lot of confusion with people. So we both have our own logos now. Ender has a dragon, I have the Grim Reaper. So people can hopefully not get confused anymore. All right, let's see here. Let's go do some salvage. I'm pretty sure I have my tractor beam still. Do I? Yep, I do. Okay, every time I forget and have to go make one, but it's pretty cool that you can make one while you're salvaging. I honestly think that's one of the best things about 318 is that little bit of crafting they put in there. I hope they do more of that stuff. I'm fine with no full, like not having the full gameplay loops in there. Yeah, Renard, I'm very much anticipating the new Lorville. Lorville is definitely my favorite landing zone. Always has been, really. Oh, Arc VR. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Salute to you. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while since me and you spoke. We need to chat again soon. It's been quite a while. I hope you've been well. How's things over on the Arc VR stream? Thanks everybody for stopping in. Follow if you haven't followed. Really appreciate it. We're just going to be doing some 318 salvage. You know, it's been a while since I played Star Citizen, to be totally honest with you. Arc says, oh yeah, dude, hope you're well. Doing well, man, doing well. Went through a rough last 3 months, but doing well. Got a lot of cool STARJUMP stuff happening finally. Anyways, yeah, really appreciate that raid, by the way. Thank you so much. I popped on, going to do a little bit of salvage. Check it out. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Thanks for all the follows, everybody. For those of you who don't know, you can check out our YouTube. It will pop up here in the chat shortly. STARJUMP is a collective of people, about 4 of us. We make all kinds of fun stuff, fan-made cinematics. We make the STARJUMP Fleet Viewer, which you can find at starjumpfleetviewer.com if you don't already know about it. We got some other cool projects. Tomorrow we'll be live streaming a new episode of our show Fleet Builders on Ender's Twitch channel. Ender being one of the other STARJUMP members. Wait, I got a reclaimer. Ah, we need to get some multi-crew salvage going on. All right, where's my STARJUMP people now? We need to get some multi-crew salvage happening here. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull this bad boy out. Hangar 6. I always get Hangar 6. But yeah, thanks so much for that raid, Arc. Really appreciate it, buddy. It's been a while since me and Arc talked. I think the last time we were talking, Arc, I was sort of not getting out of Star Citizen, but kind of on a down cycle of Star Citizen. I wasn't kind of into it as much, but been coming back pretty strong. Like in terms of my interest with it, so expect to see me fully engaged in Star Citizen. All right. Come on. Did I not press hanger 6? That's a very grim thing to do. Yeah, we'll get together, Ark. Do some chatting. That's true, Riddick. That is very true, buddy. With as much as I have invested in the project, I won't be leaving anytime soon. We're gonna stick this one out. You're talking to a Kraken captain, so we're in this for the long haul. Really? Am I concierge? I am, yes. Many times over. Yeah, Ark, appreciate you lurking, man. Grab yourself a bite to eat, chill out. We're just going to be doing some salvaging, like I said. You know, I need to... Oh, damn it. You know what? I knew something was wrong. We didn't have our track IR open. Let's solve that problem right now. Bear with me, everyone. I knew I had something I didn't have open. Yeah, I have a pretty sizable fleet, to be honest with you. So, as I like to say, we're in it to win it now. Okay, so let me switch the FOIP back on. Can I toggle this? Please tell me I can. Disabled no source back, and then, or am I able to reset it? Probably able to reset it, aren't I? Track IR back. Is it not working? Yes. Nope. Nope. Yes. Nope. Nope. Okay. It's all right. We're gonna do without for them. All right. Let's see here. Bear with me, everyone. I thought I had my I don't have a hotkey set up. I know. Death Trooper. I would love a Javelin. Currently in my fleet, though, I do have 3 big boy ships. I have the Drake Kraken. I have the RSI Polaris, and I have the Consolidated Outlands Pioneer. Those are kind of like my 3 big ones. I like big ships, and I cannot lie, you know what I mean? Alright, everyone, we are leaving Lorville. Does anyone know if I can cycle the track IR to work, or do I have to quit the game? Does anyone know? Hey, Steel. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Yeah, I thought Ender was playing Knights of the Old Republic or something, so I was going to let him rock that for a while. Still pretty early yet. Just do a little salvaging for a bit. Everyone who followed recently, Edub, Dayhot, Jeff, Viridus, thank you so much for those follows. Really, really appreciate it. Salute to you all. Jeff Fox says for Toby, you have to run it before the game. Okay. I might come up to this station up here and restart real quick. Let me do that. Just maybe we go to Everest real quick. Do you guys mind if I do that? Hey, it's Fist to Face. Hope you're well. Salute to you, Fist. Hope you're well. Always doing great stuff out there. Nice to... Ooh, what's wrong with my keyboard? Okay, there it is. Anyways, Fist always doing great stuff. How's your pops doing all right? I know it looks like I'm drinking nuclear ectoplasm or something here, but it's a vitamin C thing. All right, we're heading up for a second here. Okay, while we're heading up, I'm just looking for something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's top secret. No one's allowed to see that. Gotta close that. Top secret stuff. Awesome. That's good to hear, Fist. I definitely am excited to see it once you are complete. Let me know if you need any other help. I know last time I was a little slow in getting you some of the stuff you needed, but I was a little scatterbrained there in that time, so I'm back in it now. Life distractions are at an end. Grim is mostly back. Drake, the connection's better on YouTube? Okay. Sorry about that. Hopefully Twitch isn't terrible. You all let me know. I'm trying restream tonight. Again, let me know if it's a problem, though. I noticed Twitch doesn't really love it, but we're gonna maybe land, get my track IR working, and then we will head we'll head out to Salvage here. Yeah, so I got turned on to restream via Soul Citizens. Griff over there helped set me up, but I've found that it's got some issues, especially with Twitch. I think it's just Twitch has got shitty netcode, so not shitty. I mean, it's Twitch, but it just doesn't hold up as well. Oh, it breaks the stream. Gotcha. Okay. No worries. Switch over to YouTube. All good. Sorry about that. All right, we're gonna head down here. Yeah, it's so hard to fly without track IR. This is brutal. Why is everything so dark? I've literally never landed at one of these. Top down. God, is this what this lands in? Sorry, it's hard to play the game without track IR. Okay, we're gears down. We'll just log out here real quick. It was a hard landing, but what you gonna do? Alright, let me just so nothing holds up the stream though, I am going to store the ship. The lights on the Vulture is pretty good. I would like them to be about double the brightness though, especially when salvaging it would be helpful. It would definitely be helpful. Fist says Starfab is helping out. Yeah, awesome. Well, you're dealing with the experts then if Starfab is helping out. So. The Starfab crew are definitely the experts. I just try to make stuff look good when I can, but there's never any promises, you know. I think where my talents came in, you know, and working with Starfab was obviously on the concept ship, stuff that wasn't in game yet. That stuff required a lot of work, a lot of modeling, a lot of texture work, etc. So yeah. All right, where's this damn elevator? All right, we'll try to just quit game here. Okay. All right, let me switch over here. We'll quit game for a second. I will load track IR. Okay, and then I'll relaunch the game. You know, it's been a while since I flew the Corsair. What's up with its lights? Does it have a light issue? I'll switch back over to the game here in just a second. right. I think we're coming back in now. Shall we give this another try? Quick.
We need volunteers to help retrieve cargo or provide combat support. Contact me if you're available.
Yeah, I don't know, Starlet. Some people are saying they get much better. Everything's better in YouTube. So, I don't know. I think it's just different for different people based off where you're at and stuff. Hope you're well. Yeah, a lot of people went over to YouTube because they're saying it's better. Let's see how this does. Am I... Oh, I am on the lobby. What? Okay. What am I doing? Lost my mind. For you, it said the stream has not started. That's interesting. Is anyone else having YouTube issues? Oh, I'm on Hangers in Hab. What am I doing? Sorry, y'all. It's been a while since I've been here. This is what it's like for a brand new player. Cool. And stop. Is it playing okay?
Vehicle retrieval system.
Okay. Oh, okay. And does the stream seem to be working?
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
Tailgater says your YouTube is fine. Okay. I think it's just different for different people. I honestly don't really know what the issue is. All right, we're going to go to Hangar 3. Oh, the other one is awaiting you. Oh, okay. So my current stream is fine. Okay. You know what it is, Starlet? My, I think Restream didn't activate the right stream. I need to probably fix that. I will fix that in just a minute. Sorry about that. Do I have any... Okay. Yeah, sometimes I don't have any issues with it execute, and sometimes it's a pain in the ass. I know it's not great. I mean, YouTube's my preferred for several reasons, but yeah. But that's okay. Execute, how are you doing? How's the other info runners? Okay. Let's go salvage. Where am I going? I'm going to the L1s, right? Oh. How did that recording go? Is that the one, execute, where you go through all the different tiers of ships and kind of... and then, like, kind of talk about which is the best one to buy in that tier? So, you know, we go through and we score every ship from 1 to 5. Oh, cool. Okay. I hope my Kraken still got a 5. Each with our own number. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Notification is on for that upcoming vid. Yeah, stop. Let me look in my YouTube real quick and see if I can fix that, because it's not supposed to be listing it like that. That's my bad. So let me go to live real quick. Okay, so I see. That's the upcoming one. Let's delete that. Let's delete that. Okay. All right, so I deleted that. Let's see if it fixes itself here in a second. Oh, 1 is the best. Okay, glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. All right. Let's see here. Why is this? Stand by, everyone. I'm having a little bit of a bug out. All right. Riddick, take it easy. Enjoy Hogwarts. Cool. Thanks, Darla. Yeah, I think that hopefully fixed it. I think it was because I had the 2 sitting there. I'm sorry about that. All right, let's do some scanning. So I'm doing an experiment. Essentially, I wanted to try doing my own show on a ship and deep dive it. And obviously there's a lot of did I pass it? Obviously there's a lot of shows that do that. You know, they'll pick a ship like a Kraken or Polaris or whatever, and they'll deep dive it, and they're usually really great. But I wanted to do one where I really tried to flex some new visual stuff that hasn't been done before, and I've been working on that in the background for the Kraken. The Kraken's gonna be the first episode, and I'm hopefully going to release that this end of this coming week. But so far it's turned out great. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, that was my normal fly past it at the speed of light maneuver. Hope you all witnessed that. Why is my... Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I was in scanning mode. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this Scorpius with an EMP. I just don't know if it's really necessary. I could think of a bunch of other variants that I'd much rather have than another EMP variant, to be totally honest with you. But, you know. You all, I cannot promise this will be the most, you know, ace level salvage operation here. I have not played the game in a long time, haven't been playing the game, so bear with me here. All right, we are going to switch on our lasers, and we're going to switch over to, I think, a braid. Isn't that the wider one? All right. Yeah, no, I know why they do it. I just, I can think of some other variants that are more needed. I can tell you the variant they need to do, and it's the reverse vulture. They need the repair vulture that just has lasers like the vulture and can repair ships using RMC. Because the Vulcan and the Crucible, they're a long way off in my opinion. A lot of the tech they use is nowhere near even being ready, and we're going to need some sort of repair Oops, switched over to that. We're going to need some sort of repair option. So I really think we need a vulture that sort of does a reverse repair. They can call it something different if they want. I don't care. The Super Liberator. Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, in that regard, the Kraken Super Liberator ships like that could be the repair ships we get in game first, to be quite honest with you. So funny, I get a lot of people asking about the Super Liberator. It's like the one mess around ship I did that everyone wants to be real. There seems to be like a big desire for that. The Drake Hyena, yeah, I like it. Oh, it's Triple. Hope you're well, dude. Hope you are well. I need to, oops. I need to pre-order my rail system soon. I got to get going on that. Fierce Tomato. Hope you're well. Salute to you. Hope things are good. But anyways, yeah, I think the Kraken Liberator ships like that could be a really good initial. Are my lights off in here? Initial repair ship sort of thing. We're gonna need something in Pyro. I can't see us. Why is this not clicking into place? Okay. Well, fine. You just put 50 carriages up on the website? Okay. Let's see, why won't this snap into place over there? We'll just stack it ourselves. How about that? Doesn't need to go on the cargo grid. Everyone, if you haven't already, if you don't know about it, go check out StarJump Fleet Viewer at starjumpfleetviewer.com or hangar.link. Both web addresses take you to the same place. Go check it out. Go play with some ships. We are going to get back to a version 2 of this. Version 2 will just probably add a few more features that we've kind of talked about, do some bug fixing, stuff like that. We do have a couple ships that are at the wrong size, actually, that we need to fix, a few things like that. Myself, Starlet, and VMXEO will get on that soon. Looks like we'll be adding a ship to the Fleet Viewer very soon as well, and whatever this Scorpius thing is. Scorpius Heartstopper. Is that what you called it, VM? There's someone someone in the StarJump Discord called it that. I thought that was a good name. So tonight I took my daughter to a daddy-daughter dance. A lot of fun. She's 7 years old. She enjoyed it. We got all dressed up. Oh. Tomorrow, let me switch back to my full thing real quick. Real quick, everyone. Tomorrow on the Fleet Builders show, we are going to start giving away some of these StarJump posters. I've showed them in the past. We did these for an event, Equinox, and we gave them away to everyone. They were really, really popular. We did a lot of them, though. We printed a lot of them out. This is it. They're printed on really hard cardstock, and they have a whole bunch of Star Citizen ships to scale. These are all to scale. And it has them, their sizes. This poster's a little dusty. Sorry. But, yeah, it has them all. But really cool poster. We're going to be giving about 5 of these away every single episode. So every episode of Fleet Builders, every episode of StarJump Station, etc., we'll be giving away like 5 of those posters. They're really cool, though, hard stock. And then we're going to, on our website, have the big versions that have they're like the full 2.5 feet by 3 feet poster. Same poster art, but so we're not going to sell them. Just going to make that clear. They're not sellable because I've had discussions with CIG's lawyers and CIG's internal team about Fleet Viewer, and there's certain things we can monetize and certain things we can't monetize. So whenever we actually show ship art, we're not going to monetize it. That's just a deal, an agreement we've worked out with them. So posters are going to be given away. It's all going to be giveaway stuff, and yeah, nothing wrong with that. Triple, yeah, hit me up on a DM, man. I can get you a poster, no problem there. You've already helped me out several times in the past, so that's definitely not a problem. Yeah. So, anyways, we'll start getting back to giving away those posters Sunday, tomorrow. Okay, back to salvaging. Yeah, we took those posters to the Equinox, the big Bar Citizen Equinox event here in Columbus. Ender came out, VMXEO was there, and we had those posters there, and they were a huge hit. People wanted to take them, but I don't think they realized they could take them because they're kind of like high quality. So everyone was kind of looking at them and eyeballing them, but not really taking them. And we really had to be like, no, you can take one, you can take one. But once people figured that out, they were quite popular. So. I love salvaging though. I love it. I need to do some multi-crew salvaging. Haven't done that yet. It's on my to-do list. It's definitely on my to-do list. Let's switch over to the Abrade. Starlet, if you're still in chat, I definitely need to talk to you soon. STARJUMP project related. Need your expertise on something. Need your consulting expertise. Yeah. Need it. Liberator says, so utilitarian super liberator is twice that. Yeah, so the idea behind the super liberator, by the way, was essentially a liberator, but with Kraken capabilities. And the primary one there being, sorry, stand by, y'all. The primary one being full repair, rearm, refuel services, all that kind of good stuff. Able to hold a wider variety of ships. All that good stuff. So it's essentially just the Anvil version of the Kraken. I do hope they make something like that in the future for Anvil. I think they'd be a great manufacturer for it. Tail, if that question is for me, am I going to be at CitizenCon? I don't know. There are a couple of events I am possibly going to try to attend this year. I know I've been invited to Belgium for the Beacon event. If I don't go to that event, I'll definitely still be doing a digital presentation. But I would like to go to CitizenCon as well. Just really, the big issue is October's a really tricky month for me because it's my daughter's birthday, my father's birthday. So yeah, I just gotta see. I gotta see. Going back to the Super Liberator, though, the funny thing is I know a lot of people. Oh, I'm sitting here doing this, and my things are full. Stand by, everyone. Okay. Triple says, "Get with me before you decide it's going to be weird. It's fun for Team Predator to help content creators travel." Oh, awesome! I will definitely talk to you, Triple. Definitely will talk to you about that. I think if STARJUMP goes, oh yeah, look at that. Things are working out great. I don't know why my gravity plating is not working. Does anyone know why this isn't working? Just PTU, I guess, is that the... Alright, we're just going to stack in here as cleanly as we can. I know if STARJUMP goes, we want to go and... we want to come with something. We want to have something to kind of announce. I mean, I am working on the next STARJUMP cinematic, so it that could be a good target for it. or, you know, just around that time. Not that it has to be, you know, CitizenCon specific or anything, but oh yeah, this is good. This is good. Yep, I like what I'm seeing here. We're just gonna cram this shit in here. If it fits, it sits, right? All right. But we want to try to be there. We definitely want to try to be there. I would love to go. Mainly just meet people, say hello, you know. Does depend on a few things. Yeah, Triple, you were telling me about that, man. I wish you all the luck with that, dude. I really hope everything comes together with you. I'm so happy everything's been successful for you. I know Execute and everyone who's been following you closely, we all are super happy. Good dude running a good company with quality products. What can you ask for? What more can you ask for? I feel like they slowed the fill rate from salvaging C2s, which was probably needed because it was really kind of ludicrously fast. Before I could come out here and salvage a C2 and be done in like 2 seconds. It does take a minute now. I think they did change the pull rate here. All right, waiting for the... Why do I keep doing that? All right, here we go. Yeah, I love the Vulture's like relaxing vibe about salvaging. Just coming out, you're playing the game, you're having some fun, but it's kind of relaxing. You can still respond to chat, interact with the community and whatnot, and still be playing the game. It's a little bit more passive than mining is to me, where mining is really kind of you're threading the needle a little bit, and you know have to watch you know the power levels. So yeah. Let me check something here, folks. Stand by. Sorry, everyone. Just checking something here. But I enjoy it. I enjoy the slow pace of it, you know, the just the chill nature of it. Oh yeah, that's how you want your stuff stacked right there. Execute, take it easy, man. I hope you're well. Let's talk soon. I definitely have some cool stuff I want to show you that I think you'll be kind of excited about. But let's chat soon. Stay well, dude. Salute to you. Info runners, everyone, go check them out if you haven't already, but I'm sure you have. All right, this looks stable. Yeah, that looks stable. All right. Okay. All right, we're back in the pilot seat here. Time to get back to work. We've been pretty lucky tonight. No trouble from pirates. I've had some trouble on some of my mining escapades recently. Execute, take it easy, buddy. Salute to you. Stay well. Let's talk real soon. It's hard for me and Execute schedules, I think, to line up sometimes because we're on two different sides of the world. But I try to tune into Info Runners when I can live. I really like the live premieres. I don't watch a lot of content creators, to be totally honest with you. But there's a few I do really like Info Runners and have liked them for a long time. I really enjoy Ray's Guide and have been really enjoying Tree's Tree and Nazareth's podcast and their show and stuff. So, yeah, there are some great content creators out there, and InfoRunners is definitely one of them. One thing I do like about InfoRunners is they do try to do shows that are a bit more unique, and they have unique formatting than a lot of other like content creators out there. They're not just rehashing the news every week. More power to those people that do. It's totally fine. There's a place for that for sure. Do not get me wrong. Do not misconstrue that I don't like that. I do like that, but you know, I always appreciate the unique stuff as well. It's the primary reason why STARJUMP doesn't do like news rehash and stuff, because myself and Ender, we've actually talked about that in the past. You know, do we want to do content like that? And we said no, primarily because it just there's already people out there that do it and do it very well. So. But yes, everyone, if you do enjoy Fleet Viewer, STARJUMP Fleet Viewer, though, I believe Starlet is in chat. Starlet is one of the masterminds. Oh, yeah, that doesn't seem very stable. Starlet is one of the masterminds behind Fleet Viewer, and project could not have been done without her amazing help and her... What was so cool about Starlet's work on Fleet Viewer is just really like how fast she worked and prototyped our initial build. I was actually at my wife's parents' house for the weekend, would send her all the assets for Fleet Viewer, and I said, hey, you know, if you're going to get started on it, great. I'll be up here. We can interface. And it was just like every hour, boom, boom, boom. She had big updates to it, and was building it kind of as I was watching, which was so cool. All right, come on, man. Recenter. Does anyone have this problem, how the lasers won't go, the lasers won't start centering? Does anyone know how to recenter the lasers? They'll go off center for me, and then I can't recenter them. Is there like a hotkey for that? Does anyone know? I've had it sometimes just click in. Damn it, why won't that work? I know there's no material. I'm trying to exit salvage and go back in. It's a bug. Oh, okay. Oops. Oh, Jeff, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, Jeff. I appreciate that. I struggled with that the other day. I think I did fix it the other day by cycling the salvage mode. I just didn't realize that's what fixed it. So. All right. So, what is STARJUMP working on? Well, we actually have a lot of stuff happening right now. So me and Ender are starting back up Fleet Builders. There'll be a new episode tomorrow. It's one of Ender's ideas. It's a really cool idea, and I'm super excited to do it. But it's kind of where we pit two different types of fleet against each other. So he'll be making a big transport, like commercial trading fleet, and I'll be making a pirate fleet. And we're going to sort of stack them up against one another to see which one would come out on top. And there's a lot of parameters involved, right? So there's crew limits. My pirate crew has to be able to lift at least 75% of the trading fleet's hull. What else? There's In addition to that, we will be, let me see if I can stack this over here. Oh yeah, this is not going well. If any of you are wondering, not all my grid things are working, my cargo grids, so only the front two work, so I'm stacking shit randomly. But anyways, that's a cool show. And then I am working on the next STARJUMP cinematic. If you're a fan of our cinematics on YouTube, you can find Aegis and Drake cinematics. I'm working on a new one that's pretty awesome. I just finished a really cool scene with the Legionnaire. That's all I'll say. We're going to start working on Fleet Viewer version 2 very soon, where we're going to add a bunch of features, and in addition to that, fix some bugs and just add a bunch of quality of life stuff and try to take it to the next level. I am working on a show called STARJUMP Shipyard that is really just a deep dive into one ship, and I'll do one of those a month. The first episode will be on the Kraken and probably will be released end of possibly next weekend. I'm traveling next week. It'll depend on how fast I can record the VO, to be totally honest with you. So we're busy. We have lots of stuff going on. Those of you, there's also probably several of you that have heard about the STARJUMP, what do you call it? The Fleet Command Project, which is a larger initiative. There's still some stuff that has to be figured out on that particular project, but it's something that I'm actively investigating. I'm consulting with people. So it's not pie in the sky or anything. It's something that's actually actively being worked on, and I hope to very soon be able to share more about that with you guys. I'm going to fly over to this wreck here. What's everyone most excited about this year that hasn't been announced? Anything specific that you're looking forward to, that you're hoping makes it this year? Besides the obvious, PES and Pyro and all that stuff. I personally, because I've been having so much fun salvaging, I'm personally really excited for additional salvaging gameplay to come online. I know they're working on like hull munching, but man, I would love if this is the year for salvage. They can get hull munching out, maybe siphoning would be really cool. I know that they probably won't have the component harvesting and stuff because we don't have physicalized components, but I think if we could get hull munching and oops, let me slow down here. Hull munching and siphoning, though, would be really cool to have. Death says I want some more larger ships, Percy or Galaxy. Well, I'll say this. If it's larger ships you want, RSI is definitely the manufacturer you want to be kind of targeting, I think, because I think this is their year. So, yeah. I do think this is the year for RSI. Obviously the Polaris is on the roadmap. I do think the Polaris is the smart one to do first. Well, it's a toss-up between the Polaris and the Galaxy. Both have got pluses and minuses for being first out the production gate. The Galaxy, I do think, ultimately would be more useful. However, the Polaris is probably the smarter ship to get into the pipeline and get flight ready first, because the Perseus, the Galaxy could both lift from the Polaris's interior. We already know the Polaris is going to pull pretty heavily from the Bengal and ships like that, but as you get smaller down the line, I think it's going to be harder and harder for ships Perseus and Galaxy size to pull from the Bengal. So having the Bengal's art style translated down to something the size of the Polaris and then filtered down further to those ships, I think is the right thing to do. But ultimately what I think is this is going to be the year for RSI. Much like Drake had a bunch of, work done last year, with the Cutter, the Corsair, the Vulture, all that. I think this year is RSI's year. I think that's sort of why we're seeing this EMP Scorpius. I think CIG's just in RSI world right now. Perseus needs the armor system to make sense. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And doesn't the Perseus really like rely on like unique munitions? Isn't it supposed to be able to fire a whole bunch of different types of size 7 ballistic munition? I thought that was something they said. Oh gosh, I'm sitting here salvaging and I have a obstructed thing. I keep doing that. I wish a little alarm would go boop boop, let you know it's full. VMXEO, salute to you. Hope you're well. We have the entire STARJUMP Fleet Viewer team in chat and on stream right now. Myself, VMXEO, and Starlet. Big shout out to both of them. Both of them magicians when it comes to Fleet Viewer. The stuff they were able to help me get done for that project. Definitely a group effort. That's why STARJUMP Fleet Viewer is not any one person. It really is like the entire crew for STARJUMP. 100%. How many more of these can we fit in here? There we go. Okay, that doesn't seem right. It will snap up there, but won't snap up top. Okay, lovely. Yes, exactly. Magicians that make shit up. Yeah, we got a few things we got to fix for Fleet Viewer. I know the hull A is a little smaller than it should be. We have it at the wrong scale. We'll fix that. We have a list of critical things I want to get in, like some feature stuff. Think like quality of life stuff, but we have a few of those that we want to do. So I know myself, Starlet, and VMXEO do want to keep improving on Fleet Viewer. At the same time, we don't want to keep updating it so much and so often that every single time you come back to it, you're relearning it or frustrated with it because it's, we're just constantly, it's not a, we don't look at it as a platform to just test random shit. We want it to be stable and stuff. So, updates don't come every single week for it or every month. We kind of decided early on that we wanted to wait until we had like kind of a good set of features and stuff to fix for what we could call version 2 release. Again, no ETA on that. I know it's something we want to get to very soon. Yes, exactly. We'll leave the frustration to the actual game developers that get paid to be game developers. So. You say game developers. That got me thinking. Am I on a braid or am I on cinch? Let me switch to cinch. Speaking of game developers and Star Citizen and just how long it's been in development and stuff. Hogwarts Legacy is really popular right now. Everyone's playing it. I own it. I play it. It's a hell of a lot of fun. Really enjoy it. But so I worked on the Harry Potter movies. I worked on Harry Potter 2, The Chamber of Secrets. I was a visual effects artist on it. And, it's funny. I was watching some Star Citizen content creator the other day, and everyone was going on and on about how long the game's been in development. And it has been a long time. Do not get me wrong. It has been a long time. But it's kind of funny because as someone who's worked in a lot of long journey type projects, especially in the film industry, Harry Potter 2 was kind of one of these. You'd be shocked at how long some of these things are in development. And these are movies. And what I mean by that is people know how to make movies. We've known how to make movies for quite a long time. And even that took forever, right? So, in a game like Star Citizen, it's always important to remember that, They are trying to do something, whether you're frustrated or not, they are trying to do something that has never been done before on this scale. And, you know, it's not always going to be, you know, what you want, but I've worked on some movies that, I mean, it's just a movie. Everyone knows how, I mean, everyone in Hollywood knows how to make movies, but I've worked on movies that have been in production for 12 years, for sure. If you're going back to like when the writing for the film start, hell, they'll be in writing just for 6-7 years. That's no lie. That is no lie. All right, we're almost to the point here. We're gonna have to go sell some salvage material. One of the, going back to Fleet Viewer real quick, I know I'm jumping all around everyone, sorry, but one of the features you can expect when we do make some updates to Fleet Viewer is, one of the things I want to do is I want to get all the supporter ships that have been thrown in, Easter egg ships. Those are going to be in their own subcategory so that we can clean up the ship list a bit, because it's pretty deep right now and you can get lost in there. And I had constantly have people messaging me saying, how do I get the Lisa 600i, or how do I get the Starlet Javelin? And I'm always like, okay, so it's an Easter egg ship, it's not real. And then you know, it becomes a whole long back and forth. So one thing I want to do is definitely put those into their own kind of category. Stuff like that. We have, but it'll help clean up things. And you know, obviously we'll continue to make additions. Getting a little close. So additions to Fleet Viewer when new ships are announced and stuff. I'm sure it's going to be a year full of new ship announcements and stuff as usual. Starlet says, did they sell movie tickets before starting and have lots of absurd content? So to your first point, yes, they do sell movie tickets before the movies are done. And it actually is very harmful to certain parts of the industry, namely the visual effects, the film visual effects industry, as well as the composing, like audio composer side of the industry, believe it or not. Yeah. I don't know, Tail. Luckily, you're dealing with a streamer right now who doesn't really care about building a name from streaming. I do it for fun, enjoy talking with you all and hanging out. My kind of creator legacy is tied up in, I really like doing the cinematics and Fleet Viewer and stuff like that. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the support. You all are amazing. Gotta be getting close to filling up that filler station already. Oh yeah, Starlet. Oh yeah, they pre-sell movies way before they're done. But not even on that. So they don't sell tickets. So they do sell tickets before the movies are done. But even worse than that, they do all kinds of weird fundraising things for films before the films have ever been shot, and it's pretty toxic. I worked on a movie one time with a pretty well-known director, and the movie was kind of a horror movie, and what was crazy about it, let me see if I can do this without killing myself here. What was crazy was the funding came via this, let's see if I can pull this out. Come on, you bastard. Come, okay. You know what? That's just gonna have to sit there. The film had been funded. They had raised all this money and stuff. But it turns out the money wasn't going only to the film. It was going to the guy who raised the money for film. Some of it was going into his pockets, and there's so much can go wrong with it, even in just something like a movie. And that's even before the money issue. The bigger issue with movies in that regard are what am I trying to do here? Is the fact that like a movie should be something that is like very straightforward. We all know how to do that. And then some of these movies will seriously take, I'm not joking, like 10 years to complete. And it's a 2-hour movie. I'm not talking Avatar here either. I'm talking like a simple movie. In terms of games, so a good friend of mine works at Bethesda, and he's one of the head guys there. He is like one of the top dudes there. I'm not going to say his name, but he is real high up. And, you know, their games are single player. Like if you take a game like Starfield or Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever they're working on, you would be shocked at when those games actually start. Yes, they'll say, oh, we worked on this game the last 5 years, but it's usually double that. Because the writing starts so much earlier in all the initial concept art phase and all that stuff. I guarantee you Starfield has been in development for at least 10 years. Like some form of development, 100%. And it's a single player game. I know Ender said it a few times, but I have a good buddy at Rockstar Games. Well, actually, he just left. And Rockstar... They, for Grand Theft Auto 6, the numbers I heard is that it's already been in production for a decade, some form of production. And it has like, I think it's like 1,200 people that are working on it. And it's very, in my opinion, it's very similar-ish to Star Citizen because there's a single player and multiplayer component, right? There is the, what you call it? There's the single player game, Squadron 42 and Grand Theft Auto 6. But then there's the multiplayer thing, which is the new version of Grand Theft Auto Online, which they are making as well as Star Citizen. That's the corollary. And, you know, they've been in development for about 10 years with 1,200 people, pretty much double what Star Citizen has. By the way, no one mistake that it's, you know, I'm excusing long development times or anything like that. I'm not. I'm just simply stating that, there's a lot of factors you have to consider and that things really do take a long time. Sarald, that's true, but it's not really their money. I mean, it kind of is, but remember, these games they still get funding for them. So they're not just made all with company money. There's investors. And those investors now, they're investing money based off, there's a risk involved. Now, the risk is low because Grand Theft Auto games do well. So it's a pretty safe bet. You know, within Star Citizen, we don't have that. But yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. But it's not all their money. There is a lot of investor money tied up and stuff. And especially when a project initially gets off the ground. So it's just one of those things. Star Citizen, you know, you can ask anyone. I don't excuse anything. I'm barely moving. Need to get this thing, light the fires here. You know, I definitely think CIG's made a lot of mistakes. I'll be the first person to admit that. And anyone who's talked to me in DMs and stuff knows I will say straight up when Star Citizen's made mistakes. Every bit of pledging I have done has been tied to a milestone they have hit that I needed them to hit in order to pledge more. And that's what I tell everyone to do. I'm not really one of those people that says, buy it in game, buy it in game, buy it in game. You don't need to pledge. To me, I don't look at the ships I buy as buying ships. I look at it as supporting the project. And I only do that when they hit those milestones. For example, I didn't pledge for... I've been following Star Citizen since 2012. But I did not pledge for the game until it hit version 3.8. Why 3.8? Because 3.8 brought in the first version of persistency against through logins. That was a big deal for me. And there's been other milestones they've needed to hit. PES is a huge milestone for me. I actually have not paid money for a ship in quite some time. I've only got ships with credit. So yeah, you that's the best way I can tell you to do it is it's like going to Las Vegas, something I do quite often. We are gambling. This could all fall apart. So you have to measure your bets against, you know, how confident you feel about things or how confident you feel about your hand. Starlet says, what's your next milestone? For me, Starlet, the next milestone is a stable PES, but not just PES, because that would be essentially hopefully 318, 318.1, 319, whatever. But specifically, I want gameplay via, let me start over. Gameplay that could only be possible via PES, okay? And what do I mean by that? I'll tell you. So this is my next personal milestone. Now, the easy milestone is Pyro, server meshing, whatever. Sure, yeah, those are going to be milestones for everybody. But my own personal milestones are gameplay via PES. And here's what I mean by that. Things like the Nautilus, right? Mine lane. Supposedly mine lane's not really in game because the mines require PES. Things like personal reputation, deep org services. I've heard time and time again, I've heard from some developers that these things are tied to PES. Customizable beacons, or not necessarily that customizable beacons and personal beacons were held up by PES, but more that CIG didn't want to work on them until PES was in the game because they felt it would be a waste. So that's the type of stuff I want to see start filtering in the game. And when I see that stuff start filtering in the game, it's going to energize me to probably pledge again. Now, I've told people already that I think I've pledged all the big money I'm going to pledge. I've got my big ships. I've got the Kraken. I've got the Pioneer, the Polaris, Nautilus. So I don't know if I would buy any more big ships, but I would still feed some money to the project. I would probably be comfortable going up maybe another 1,000 before I'm totally capped out. I have several thousand into the game right now. I'm totally willing to admit to people that may be curious. I have not earned... I'm close, but have not yet earned my F7... F8 Lightning, the civilian F8 Lightning. I haven't earned it yet. I'm sort of close. Oh god, I'm going to crash. Nope, I didn't crash. Nice job. Why am I not going down here? Stand by, everyone. I seem to be not going down. Why is this not working? Oh, come on. Don't die on me now. There it is. There it is. Sorry. Hard landing, hard landing.
Landing complete. Pleasant stay.
But yeah, no, it's all milestones, and it has to be, because I'll tell you right now, I have put into games that were failures. I truly have. Not just big games like this, small Steam early access games I buy and then they're garbage. You know what I mean? So believe me, I'm no stranger to blowing money, and I'm okay with some risk, but it's all about measuring that when server meshing comes on board, when PES is fully online. Quantum will be a big one. That's another one, Starlet. Quantum will be a big why is this? Stand by. This elevator door is still not open. Quantum will be, like, full quantum integration will be a big milestone for me because, and this is important, this is not really a game, and it's definitely not really an MMO until there's an actual economy based off other things other than blowing people up. And so that's a big one. I want to see quantum in the game to a large degree. It doesn't have to be governing everything, but I want them to get that in there. I'm personally hoping that quantum was mostly held up because of PES. So I want to see that in game. That's a huge milestone for me. And again, there's some obvious ones like you know, so Starlet, I actually agree with you on that. My only, so I actually agree with you. I do think a player run economy is more interesting. My only issue with a player run economy is, I said, where am I going? Am I going to, God, it's been so long since I've been here. Am I going to this? I forget. The hell with it. Is that I worry Star Citizen is too combat focused for a player economy to work right now. Black Intellect, thank you for that friend request. If you're watching chat, I don't know if you are, but obviously the game is going to change as more industrial and heavy shipping and all that, and heavy trade and all that come online. But I mean, I would totally be open to a player run economy like Eve or something, 100%. Oh shit, I wanted to go to the central business district. Okay. I thought I did. I usually, so this is the first time I've been back at Loreville for quite a while, Brett. I usually have been at Art Court. So I keep going to the wrong places. So appreciate it. I'll head to the central business district after this. Yeah. Actually, I don't need to sell this because we, all this shit's going to be wiped. Oh, Brett, I get lost all the time, man. I really do. It's been a while since I've honestly been in. But no, Starlet, you bring up a great point. I mean, hey, Jeff, take it easy, man. Really appreciate you stopping by, hanging out with us. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Don't work too hard. And thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate you. Let me switch over here. Let me quit the game because we are pretty much done with that, but we'll talk for a minute. So I fully agree with you, Starlet. I think a player run economy would be very interesting. You know what's funny is so with EVE Online, I really love watching EVE Online documentaries on like player scandals and org robberies and all that stuff, and it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I don't know if CIG. I know that's not in their vision. A really player-driven economy. And I know they're big on this 9-to-1 ratio with NPCs, and that's got to kind of be governed by something like Quantum. But what's fascinating about Quantum, and I think it's one of Quantum's strengths, is I would like to see them leverage Quantum for emergent gameplay reasons, right? So like, and I've said this before, I think on a StarJump Station podcast. So let's say Starlet flies into a system with her Javelin, right? If that Javelin is detected, so right now people think of ships like the Idris and Javelin and Kraken as, oh, those are going to be bad in combat, those are going to really tear stuff up. But to me, those capital ships have a much more interesting gameplay loop in terms of what's just essentially known as force projection, right? So when Starlet's Javelin enters a system, let's say it enters Pyro, right? If there's a scanning ship out there, a Herald or Star Runner, or even a communication system, or maybe it's Ruin Station, if they detect that Javelin, right? Or if someone scans that Javelin, then data runs that information back to Ruin Station, and now Ruin Station knows about the Javelin. Then to me, Quantum should understand that there's now a Javelin in the system and should make, for example, pirates should kind of want to stay away, like NPC pirates should kind of want to stay away from the Javelin. There should be a little bit of a bubble around the Javelin that they won't go, right? Or if they do go, they'll only go with like another Javelin or an Idris or Polaris, right? So they know the threat that a Javelin is, so Quantum will adjust, and other things will happen driven by Quantum because of that. Other missions will pop up, all that type of stuff. So I personally hope Quantum plays a big role in how missions are spawned, NPCs are spawned, and that hopefully will bring a level of emergent gameplay into things. That's something it's part of the economy, but it's really, I think the thing I'm interested in most about quantum is how quantum will affect the actual like gameplay, right? So like the emergent gameplay stuff and all that. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff there that could happen. I hope they lean on quantum for that and not just economic stuff. Oh, this good is going to here, but I hope it generates all the missions and stuff, because the thing right now with CIG and the way they're building like bespoke missions and all that stuff, that's not sustainable. And whenever I see them spending too much time on stuff like that, it gets a little concerning. For example, the stuff that gets me excited is when I see them working on when they showed the crash derelict stuff the other week, and specifically the crash derelicts that had all the different stages and types and levels 1 through 5, and you can spawn them, in multiple different ways. I like seeing that because that stuff can be procedurally entered and scattered throughout the game, and that stuff can rely on quantum to know your location. So that stuff excites me. What I don't like seeing is when they do like some bespoke 600i derelict in a cave that I know they can't readily duplicate in other locations. So yeah, I know that was a bit of a tangent, but yeah, Death Trooper, you pretty much nailed it. I want to see more gameplay loops that chain together, um, that help bring that economy alive, right? So we need to see those interplay, the gameplay loops that interplay on one another, right? So I think it's why it's going to be very exciting when the expanse comes in the game, because it's going to be fun to see expanses and prospectors out there working together and shifting the bags from the prospector to the expanse to be refined and all that. I think that stuff's really cool. So it says, think CIG see quantum as a way of breathing life into landing zones and stuff. I don't think they have thought through the actual economy. Yeah, I mean, you may be right. I mean, the funny thing is I would hope that it does the opposite almost. I would hope that quantum is the thing that will breathe life into the in-betweens of the verse, right? Because I think the player is going to kind of be there for the player is very easily going to be there for the landing zones and the hot spots and the popular areas and all that. I'm very concerned about the in between areas when you're, and not necessarily Stanton, because Stanton is so crowded and small, but I'm talking more like Pyro or damn, what's that other system? Is it Cashew? So I forget what it's called. There's another system. I'd have to look it up on the Arc Star map, but some of those systems are massive. I think Pyro's like 15, isn't it 15 or 12 AU? And then there's some other systems that are like 25 AU. I mean, they're way bigger than Stanton, way, way, way bigger than Stanton. And that's going to be a lot of travel time in between the two. We know right now on the roadmap that they are working on the quantum travel experience. They're redoing it. And as a matter of fact, they're close to being complete on it. But I think, at first I was wondering, it's interesting that they're redoing the quantum experience, but it needed a redo. It's kind of broken in my opinion. But when you think about it, it's pretty obvious why they would do that. If we're going into Pyro and Pyro is that big, because I think it's like 12 or 15 AU, the quantum experience is going to need to be experienced that's much more fleshed out than it is. So, both entering, exiting, being able to manually, quantum jump in certain directions and stuff. I think they're redoing all that. And we're going to need that for these big systems. Hopefully, they're also making quantum travel something that's a little bit more interactable from an engineering standpoint, right? Especially when engineering gameplay comes online. If you're quantum traveling, your engineer should need to be monitoring things like temperature, quantum bubble stability, all that stuff. And there's small chances that you could have overheats of components or your quantum bubbles not stable or whatever. And your engineer needs to monitor that and maybe sometimes bump you out of quantum. Sometime they need to maybe realign your quantum field or whatever to make sure you're staying within the bubble. I think all that stuff needs to come into quantum travel. I don't necessarily think every ship needs that. For example, maybe small and extra small ships can kind of fit through the quantum travel bubble thing without much of an issue. But maybe as ships get bigger and bigger, that becomes a more complex operation. So anyways, I mean, it's, if you look at the progress tracker right now, there's a lot of really interesting, exciting stuff on the roadmap. I brought up the Nautilus just a little bit ago. The Nautilus isn't in development, but space mines are. As a matter of fact, I think, let me look here. Let me bring up, let me bring this up. Stand by, everyone. Let me go back to my thing. So yeah, like if you go to space mines, are you not seeing this? You're probably not seeing this. Stand by, everyone. Let me see if you're seeing this. Nope, you're not seeing that either. Stand by. Stand by. Oh, there it is. See if that works. Okay, yep, there it is. Let me resize this window. Sorry. We're almost there, folks. Almost there. Okay, we'll lock that. We'll go back to our, yeah, I mean, go back to space mines here. Here's space mines. Yeah, so you see they have some upcoming work. They did some work mid last year by the narrative team and the weapons feature team. And then finally the vehicle feature team will start picking up that work in April, May of this year. 1 second here. Sorry. The weapons feature, or sorry, vehicle feature team will start looking at that again in March, April, and May. And it does kind of make me wonder. So weapons feature team, narrative team, you'll see a lot of stuff like this on the progress tracker where there was work done early on, and then no work for a long time. And then suddenly PES comes online and the PES work is finished, and then suddenly work picks back up on those things. And I think what we can read into that is that those features required persistence. Okay. So that's one way to kind of look into it. That's not always, that's a little bit of speculation, but you can kind of read between the lines a little bit. And Space Mines, I think, is specifically that one. Benj says, would space mines stay out forever? No, not forever. They do have a decay time, Benj. We don't know what that is, but we do know they have a decay time. The idea, though, is that you can. It was specifically stated in the Q&A for space mine, or for the Nautilus, that you could set a minefield out, and even if you logged out, that minefield would persist. They actually said that, and that's another clue on why the Nautilus, or maybe not the Nautilus, but why space mines specifically had to wait for PES. So they'll stay out there even if you log off, but they have a decay time, right? So let's say it's 24 hours or 36 hours, or maybe it's 5 days. I really don't know how long it would be, but over the course of that amount of time, those space mines would slowly degrade. And let's say if they had a degrade time of 24 hours, right? Then maybe by the time you get to hour 23, the mines still work, but like their efficacy is not as great as it was. So let's say if you deploy all 24 mines in the Nautilus, maybe only 7 of them are still worth a damn. The others have kind of broke down too much over that course of time. So, So yeah, space mines. There's, like I said, there's a lot of deliverables like this that are in this category where you had early work and then everything shut down, and then there's some more work happening. Now, again, this is the vehicle feature team. We can jump to them, kind of look at what they're dealing with right now. They're working on bug fixing, obviously. They're working on aerodynamic control services. There looks like they're wrapping up work on that. So it wouldn't shock me if we don't see aerodynamic control surfaces hit the game maybe for 319. So sometime in quarter 2, or maybe that gets pushed off to a later one. But I could see that coming in the game soon, because we already have atmospheric flight, but those aerodynamic control surfaces are going to make a huge difference. Distortion propagation, we know they're working on that. Working on jump points. Of course, we're going to need that for pyro. MFD rework. So the vehicle feature team's working on some pretty big stuff. Looks like whatever work they were doing for the Origin X1 they completed. Obviously, they have a hand in persistent streaming and server meshing. So again, there's another clue. There's a lot of teams that are involved in persistent streaming and server meshing. As a matter of fact, if you look, well, it's not here anyway. But if you look, there's a lot of teams that have parts and pieces involved in that, and the vehicle feature team is one of them, obviously. And I think that ties into things like space mines and stuff like that. Looks like they just wrapped up their work on the quantum travel experience, what we were just talking about, which is updating the quantum travel mechanic to move players in a more physically realistic way, improve the general QT experience, adjusting how spooling, calibration work, interdictions, and entering and exit work. So it's a complete overhaul. They had a hand in resource management. Their work there is done, at least. Be working on third-person camera version 2, space mines again, Squadron 42. So they've got their plate full for sure. Yeah. Yeah, the roadmap of, you know what I call it? The roadmap of speculation. Yeah, it's you know what the problem with this roadmap ultimately is, though? The problem with this roadmap is CIG tried to go full transparent and try to show us, tried to show us the internal breakdown of progress. But the problem is that's probably not what the players are going to respond to very well, because it shows you just how chaotic development can be. Ultimately the release view is something that's better positioned for player, for us players. It's just that this, we all know how this has turned out. So right now for 319, they've got new player experience, which is needed. Salvage contracts, that's needed as well. Ghost Hollow PvP mission, and Loreville Cityscape. Yeah. So, oops. Yeah. So, let me turn. Where's my? Sorry, stand by everybody. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting year. But going back to our original conversation, pledge. Again, I'm not going to be one of those people that says, don't ever pledge, buy in game, because you're grown ups. You can do whatever the hell you want with your money. It's not mine. I'm not your daddy. So, when I have friends that go to Vegas, I don't tell them to not play roulette. So where I'm going with this, though, is you got to set your own milestones. You got to set your things that you need CIG to hit to feel comfortable putting more money into the game. That's all you can do. And you might make some regretful purchases along the way. I mean, there's some ships I've purchased that I went, I didn't need that. But, at the end of the day, falling victim to marketing it's just on us. It is what it is. I mean, the game's been in development long enough now that we've probably all learned a thing or two. But I've kind of gotten to a place where, like, I've made some bad decisions in Star Citizen. I'll probably make a few more. I've made bigger bad decisions in other gameplay worlds. For example, and sometimes it's not all money related, right? So in Arma 3, me and Ender we had a milsim group, and I was doing a lot of modding. I spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours modding weapons, uniforms, vehicles for that game, all custom stuff. And now I don't play it anymore. You know what I mean? So in a way, um, I almost feel cheated a little bit with that. And that was no one's fault other than just shit changed. You know what I mean? So, I mean, for me personally, I've learned I used to get real upset about this type of stuff, especially, making bad decisions with some of this stuff. But ultimately, I've gotten to a place where I'm like, I just kind of take it as it comes. There's going to be some mistakes. There's going to be some things that I buy that I definitely didn't need. And I just got to roll with it. You know what I mean? Make sure CIG is staying, is progressing at least on their milestones. And when they don't progress or when they do make mistakes, I think it's totally fine for people to call them out on it. 100%, 100%. I wouldn't call myself a white knight at all. I'm definitely a gray knight. Um, and I refer to myself as a gray knight specifically because it's weird because we should criticize CIG and the game when it needs it 100%. At the same time, I feel like if the project itself is something that just 100% you get no enjoyment from, you should get out. Like, and I say that not because you shouldn't be able to stay, but because it's just unhealthy to be in something that constantly frustrates you, or take a break or something. This is exactly what happened with Arma 3 for me. When I say I was 150,000% into that game, I mean, I lived and breathed it. We had a podcast, we had a show, we had content creation. I was modding for that game, all that stuff. Sarah, take it easy, man. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. Thanks for being active in chat as well. Really appreciate that. But when we stopped playing Arma 3, I really went through some emotions. Like, part of me was kind of angry that we didn't stay with it. Part of me was angry at like some of the other people in our unit for not helping me more. Some of it was, regret, because especially when I came more involved in Star Citizen, I was like, should I really be abandoning this platform I just sunk years into? Because I'd played Arma 3 for like 7 years nonstop. Okay. But at some point, I just had to say, okay, it is what it is. And I've moved on to this new thing and I've recommitted. And while Arma 3 was not about money, where CIG is more about me investing money, Arma was about investing time. And here's the thing. For me personally, especially at my age, I'm 43 now, time is worth more to me than money. So let's just put it that way. So, when some people have regret because they've invested, maybe let's say you invested $2,000 in Star Citizen, and you bought your Kraken, right? And you want that ship to come out, and that damn thing is years away, and you start to get angry about that, or especially angry at CIG. All you can do is learn from that, use the tools that that you have available to you, melt the ship, get stuff that you can use now, or find something else to distract you. You know what I mean? That's the only thing you can do. Um, money, time, all this stuff is valuable to us. We don't want to feel like we've been cheated. We don't want to feel like we've wasted our time. We don't want to feel duped. No one wants to feel that. And Star Citizen, again, it's a unique project. I've been involved in a lot of like long-term projects, and Star Citizen is just unique. There are weeks where I'm like, I'm concerned. I've put too much money in this game. And then there's weeks where I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to pledge for a prospector. You know what I mean? And I've put so much into the game now, and I know there's other people in chat that are probably in this same predicament, where you've got a lot of money tied up in the game. You're disappointed in certain things that have like come to fruition in Star Citizen. I know Starlet specifically has some concerns about the shard and server meshing environment. But, it's one of those things that probably the healthiest way to be involved in this game is to be okay with adjusting your kind of your vision of what the game ultimately will be when you play it. And that's hard. And I think we've all had to kind of go through that. I think Starlet's kind of going through that. Myself, I've been going through it. And it's hard to get to a place where you feel like you can adjust. But the good thing is, I mean, there's lots of distractions out there. And it's good to take those breaks from time to time. I was a little bit lucky because while I wanted a break from Star Citizen the game, I was able to put those efforts into like Fleet Viewer and content creation, and that was kind of fun. But yeah, Starlet says, yeah, if I do that, yeah, 100%. And look, I will never be the person to be like, where's Starlet? I thought she was going to be around more or whatever. You have to take breaks sometimes. I mean, 100%. I do that constantly. I mean, I'm getting lost in Everest Station here because it's been so long since I've been there. You know what I mean? You just have to do it. One of the funny things me and Ender will do sometimes is we play this really stupid game called Golf with Friends, and it is the dumbest game. It's like pinball but golf. It's like mini golf, real simple. And we'll play that sometimes just because we can laugh, right? No stress, no bullshit. You just laugh, have a good time. And you have to do that sometimes. You need that palate cleanse, right? And, if you're one of those people that's, like I said, I'll say this one more time. You're one of those people, you've put a lot of money into the game. You have some regrets about that, maybe. That's totally fine. I've had those too. But remember, money's money. It does come and go in life. There are other things you can lose that can be even more valuable. Like I said, I've sunk some hours into other games that still sting a little bit that I'm not still playing them because they're still active games. The Arma 3 community is still a very active community and game. And not only that, but Arma 4 is on the horizon. So, it sucks to have lost that time, which is even more valuable. Starlet, take it easy. Have fun at Avatar. I have a lot of friends that worked on that movie. Enjoy it. Let's talk soon. Miss you. Everyone give Starlet a nice little salute. Starlet is one of the key people, honestly, that makes, keeps a lot of STARJUMP moving forward, especially in regards to Fleet Viewer, which she had just a masterful hand in creating. So, Anders says, speaking as a space marshal investor, I find your fun. If you question the direction, take a break and wait it out. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Well put, Ander. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Take a break, wait it out. Wait it out. I think even CIG is doing that to some degree. You know what I mean? I saw this, love you too, Starlet. Stay safe. Have fun with the kiddos. I saw this content creator. I'm not going to name it. They put out a compilation of all the times John Cruise lied, quote unquote. And I watched it and I was just like kind of disappointed in that point of view because John Crew is one person in a 600 or 700 person company. Yes, he's the vehicle director, but he has no say in any other pipeline out there. He's probably trying his best. He's probably learned a lot of lessons over the years, and he's trying his best to get certain ships out with lined up with certain gameplay functions that he has nothing to do with. And that's a hard job. I'm telling you right now, that is a very difficult job. And, hats go off to him. That's not easy. I don't think he's out and outright lying. I think things just fucking change, man. I can't tell you. I've worked on films where they're like, Brian, for those of you who don't know, my real name's Brian. I say, Brian, you're working on XYZ shot. And then I get in there and an hour later they assign me to CDE shot. I mean, this shit changes all the time. And John Crew's not the boss. He's got bosses above him and bosses above that and bosses above that. Stuff changes all the time. So I don't think it's malicious. Does that mean it can't be criticized? No. Criticize it. Point it out. You know what I mean? But still, I mean, it's something I think we got to be honest about. Shit changes. You know what I mean? See, just jump in to check things out. Yeah, Henny, that's pretty much what you got to do, man. You just got to jump in. Like, I haven't played Star Citizen actually quite a while. And look, I've been playing more lately than I have in a long time. I've been playing the hell out of 318. I'm really enjoying salvaging. You know what I mean? So, and Henny, yeah, like Ender said, you're playing an alpha 100%. The other thing to remember, that kind of what you're talking about, this starting over again thing constantly with Star Citizen, and I get you. I agree. I get that feeling sometimes. It's hard to want to invest any time when it feels like you're constantly just restarting. The good thing is PS should be a big deal to you, because that is the core game tech pillar that is going to allow this to not start feeling more and more like we're restarting. No, I'm not saying it's going to feel totally different in 318, but I'm just saying that's the foundation for them to start making it feel like we're playing a persistent world. Let me give you a good example. The first time they have in game the function of, and they'll use PES for this because they've already said it, but the first time you join back, let's say you log off on the surface of a planet, like a moon, right? You're on Magda. You landed in your Vulture and you log off. The next time you log on and you're on Magda, that's going to feel like a revolution, right? That's going to feel like your continuance now. Your gameplay session is continuing. Just like if you were playing WoW or something where you log back where you logged off, you log back in and you're right there. That's going to be huge. It's such a little thing, but that is going to be absolutely huge for feeling like this is a real, true game. You know what I mean? Cool. So, let's see here. I may need to go play some golf with friends or something. I don't know what other people are doing, but I need to decompress a little bit. Let's see if there's anyone raidable. My raid window's not working. My whole Twitch is jank right now. Yes, Sender, I want some company. I do want some company, buddy. Everyone, I'm just signing off. Thank you so much. Do not forget 2 big announcements I want to make. Actually, 3 big announcements I want to make. 1, Fleet Builders tomorrow. It's going to be an awesome episode. I'm actually more excited for it than I have been in a long time. Gator, thank you, man. I really appreciate you. Everyone, chat, I'm so glad you hung out. The other thing, on Fleet Builders tomorrow, we'll be giving away 5 STARJUMP posters. These are cardstock posters, heavy duty. We'll be giving away 5 of these. They're really badass, okay? 5. The next thing is, in addition to Fleet Builders, do not forget, follow Ender on Twitch. If you haven't already followed Ender on Twitch, starting in April, he's going to be starting another big charity push for St. Jude. I want all the STARJUMP community to come out in force for this charity event. Even if it's 50 cents you can donate, I want this money to go to these kids that need it. We're going to be big onto it. You're going to start seeing a lot of stuff with STARJUMP ramp up to that charity push, I think beginning in April. Ender will correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, so Ender, feel free to raid Ginger anytime, buddy. But anyways, yes, that starts in April. You're going to start seeing us ramp up to that. Don't miss Fleet Builders tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Salute to you. Have a great rest of your night.